When love is the brand, what happens to the business when the love story ends? From shared TikTok accounts to millions in earnings, who walks away with the followers and the fortune? From cooking tutorials to video essays to saying in a street interview, there are countless ways to get rich online. Of course, that's not to say it's always easy. Building a platform takes time, creativity, and consistency, which is why many team up to help each other grow. One version of a team is a partnership with a significant other. This makes a lot of sense. You know this person, trust them, and have common goals, with the income and achievements mutually shared on your joint journey. But however idealistic this can seem, there are a number of potential pitfalls, especially when the relationship breaks down. Today, we're focusing on relationship influencers, couples who make love their brand and gain millions of fans who follow along with their personal milestones and adventures. But what happens when the influencer couple wants to break up? It's not just the deeply personal and potentially tragic end of a relationship, but also an existential threat to their income. Kat and Mike Stickler were one of social media's top relationship accounts, racking in millions of followers. They shared their lives, adventures, and family moments, pulling in millions of views, likes, and of course, plenty of money. So when the couple announced their divorce, fans were stunned and left wondering what would happen to the future of their content. When a TikTok account becomes as valuable as a house, or perhaps even more, how do you split it fairly in a divorce? It's uncharted territory for the courts. For a look at how lucrative a relationship brand can be, let's consider a couple still going strong. Explorerssaurus. The joint account run by Portuguese travelers Raquel Janeiro and Miguel Mimoso has been going since 2017 and today boasts over 1.4 million followers. They've released a book and secured plenty of lucrative brand deals along the way. Their success is thanks in part to stunning photography and exotic backdrops, but the relationship itself is the biggest selling point. After all, most people aspire to find love and a little adventure, and this couple's content provides both a taste of that life and a touch of hope. With millions rolling in each year, their account could be a lifeline for one of them if they ever split. But deciding who takes control of that lifeline could be a life-changing decision. When Kat and Mike Stickler's case went to court, it was reportedly a bit of a head-scratcher for the judge, as Kat talked about on a podcast appearance.
When I got divorced, this was considered an asset. Like, is the TikTok account an asset? But then would it be because if the TikTok account was left to me, it would keep growing. But if it wasn't, it would stop growing. So then it's like, how do you, even I remember the judge was like, what? I don't know. What are you guys talking about?
Right.
I don't know,
Why
man.
is this
I
an
don't know.
asset? Right.
So yeah, I think it's a whole new terrain that we're all kind of learning together.
In the end, Kat got the TikTok channel and Mike got the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel isn't really growth focused anymore, I don't think, and he's now apparently moved into a sales career. Kat, on the other hand, has taken the TikTok account to new heights, growing her audience to over 10 million followers, which she says even helped her buy a condo. Her claim in court was that she had done the majority of the work growing their profile, and judging by her post-divorce success, it seems like she may have been the real driving force behind it. With a lot of these couples accounts, it's usually one person who's more invested in the social media career than the other. That seems to be the case with Charlie Pauly and Lauren Cliff, who once shared a joint account with over 300k followers. Since their split, it's clear that Pauly is the one still interested in building a following. His personal Instagram now has 236k followers, though that's still a bit shy of what he had when he was with Lauren. Lauren, meanwhile, seems to have taken a bit more of a private route, as I haven't been able to find any public social media account where she continues to post content. Then there's financial literacy influencer Vivian Tu, who once told the Wall Street Journal, "My social media is my resume." She actually wrote a prenup before getting married that specifically listed her social media accounts as personal assets, meaning they wouldn't be considered joint property if she were ever to divorce.
Because even if you don't sign one, you get one, but the government gets to rate it. And I don't trust the government as far as I can throw them.
Whether you think a prenup is inherently cynical or just being smart, the fact is that a high percentage of marriages don't last, and it's pretty easy to go from loving someone to fighting over resources.
No one says the negative stuff that they say about prenups about car insurance. Why do you buy car insurance? Because you might get in a crash.
Right.
Another potential drawback of making your relationship your brand is the audience's hunger for salacious details if you do break up. This could create an imbalance when one partner is more vocal about the breakup than the other. In the case of Kat and Mike Stickler, their divorce reportedly included a non-disclosure agreement, a document typically used in business to protect intellectual property and reputation.
Kat signed an NDA, I signed an NDA. Our lawyers said that it was advisable to sign an NDA given our social media presence online. It was just advised by them. It's something that we did. It's not any more dramatic than that.
On the other hand, some influencers opt to be more open and take their audience along for the breakup journey. Take Laura Clery and Stephen Hilton, one of the most popular millennial humor couples who documented their family life extensively. Instead of separating entirely, they shifted their content focus to dealing with separation and co-parenting, perhaps as a way to keep their audience engaged. Normally, breakups are personal events supported by close family and friends, but now it's common to seek validation or venting space in front of a massive audience of strangers.
From the day we separated, you've had the feeling that people have been picking sides.
Yes, because you announce a separation and then automatically people go, I'm team.
They do.
I'm team Steven,
Yeah.
I'm team Laura. When it's like, why can't we separate? Why do you have to pick sides?
This dynamic can take a toll psychologically, especially if one partner's version of events shapes public opinion, leading to hate comments directed at the other. In one episode of Laura's podcast, she shared how negative comments from Steven's audience were affecting her.
Sometimes I feel like some of the people you attract are can be a little radical, and they come after me just because they think I'm different than you, which I am, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But they come after me.
Looking at their channels now, Laura has close to 1 million subs on YouTube, although she doesn't pull the views you might expect with that audience size, where her relationship videos once brought in millions of views, and her biggest hits remain those featuring family drama or her ex-partner. Facebook was always their largest platform, and Laura appears to have taken over their account, which still boasts around 14 million followers. Her videos often include Steven and the kids, keeping engagement pretty steady. Steven, meanwhile, has had several YouTube accounts removed for violating the terms of service.
It's the new YouTube. Let's try it. Fingers crossed. Let's see if we can blow it up to the biggest YouTube ever in one day.
Though he still has 1.7 million followers on his Facebook. His engagement, however, has also dropped off since the split. Apparently, initially both said they'd stop featuring their kids on social media, but it's clear that hasn't stuck. Personally, I believe kids shouldn't be used for content, period, but the money may be hard to ignore. A drop in income of even tens or hundreds of thousands can be tempting motivation to put kids back online. But it's worth asking why the audience is more invested in seeing the kids than in just the adults themselves. In today's world, the end of a relationship doesn't just mean heartbreak, it can mean a career shakeup and a massive loss of earnings. As we've seen, some couples manage to pivot and even profit from their breakup content, while others find that one partner thrives online and the other fades from the public eye, whether by choice or because one person was truly the engine behind the brand. So I don't have a massive following yet, but if I did, a prenup like Vivian Two's would definitely make a lot of sense. If my career revolved around a relationship, I'd suggest that my partner and I make a bit of a game plan for if or when it all goes south. Above all else, it seems wise to have some revenue streams that aren't completely tied to a relationship because, at least if you and your partner split, you won't be at risk of losing everything. Besides love. So that's the video. It was just something that I thought was a little bit interesting in this modern day and age and all that. Consider subscribing if you enjoyed the video. I do video essays, commentary on pop culture topics, film, TV, that sort of thing. Thanks so much. Bye.